The Roots, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Dr. Dre, Fat Joe, Chris Brown. I mean, these are just some of the artists that the producer that I chose today for this podcast has worked with over his long career. So the producer that I chose for today's podcast was Scott Storch. Storch, pretty amazing guy, pretty inspirational story for me anyway, when I started to research him. He was born in Nova Scotia, Canada, 1973. Early in life, later moved to New Jersey, then on to Florida. I believe that's pretty much where his musical career sparked and started. It was a surprise to me through research that he dropped out in the 9th grade. There's no doubt that he's a creative and musical genius. So to me, that's a pretty amazing part of the story, to leave school that early and still go on. Later on, he went on to work with the Roots in the early 90s. I think that's where he got most of his real early recognition. He was even, all over their debut album, Organics, back in 93, I think. And even that album led him to get his first Grammy. So I think really that was really his major start. He went on to start Storch Music and Tough Jew Productions. I think that's his publishing company. But I think after working with the Roots, he later branched out, and that was his real break. Worked in all the major cities, big people and stuff, but ended up in LA. And back in LA in 2001, he ended up being a session player on Dr. Dre's album, which was a pretty big project, Dr. Dre Chronic 2001, I believe. I think everyone knows that one. And his first major hit came from that album, which was Still Dre. That was got a pretty amazing chord structure and melody, so you know the song when you hear it. LA was good to Storch. I mean, he really, the hits didn't stop there. But a lot of people would say that was like the start of his downfall. Although the hits kept rolling for him, that's kind of when his lifestyle started to get out of control. Still making music and stuff, but around about 2006, it was reported that he lost like over $30 million in less than 6 months, which is pretty amazing considering it's a lot of money. I think after that, he had to take some time off, get his life in order, took a little hiatus from the music business. Around 2009, he started getting back in the studio, started working hard, and getting back on projects after that. A lot of sources and his social media do show you that Scott still works on a lot of music. So I look forward to hearing some new hits from him, when he does come back around. But his story, to me, is pretty amazing to come up from that with those type of obstacles, to have all that success, run into trouble, and then still come back again. To me, that's what makes not just an amazing producer or amazing professional, but just an amazing person in general. So I hope you learned something. I definitely did. And look to see you next time.